He is in Israel. And Josh, first of all, tell us what you are seeing and what you are hearing. I understand that you guys got a notice on your pagers just moments ago on your cell phone saying it is okay to come out of the shelters.
Yes, sir, that is the case. We were given a notification about 30 minutes ago it was safe to come out of the shelters. It was exactly 2 hours ago when the first rockets, ballistic missiles, I should say, were fired from Iran. Over 180 ballistic missiles fired, sending millions of people into the shelters across the state of Israel, from all the way up to the north, all the way down to the south, myself included. I was headed towards the synagogue for the evening prayers at 7:30 local time 2 hours ago when the first sirens started. It was anticipated. We were told that Iran was planning to strike. The Home Front Command had issued orders throughout the day warning Israelis that something might happen. And then closer, the IDF confirmed Iran was preparing to strike. They had that indication. They let us know, told people to be close to the shelters. And again, exactly 2 hours ago, Iran struck with over 180 ballistic missiles.
Josh, I'm curious. Moments ago, we talked to one of your colleagues at the Jewish News Syndicate who seemed to indicate that some of those missiles did manage to penetrate the Iron Dome protection system. Is that what you're hearing as well?
From what I understand in the last minutes here, and again, it's still brand new in terms of finding out exactly where those missiles potentially hit. It does look like missiles did land in open areas in certain parts of the country. The last indication I saw was perhaps, again, not confirmed, perhaps one person was killed, maybe two people reported, confirmed were lightly injured. And the whole thing is pretty remarkable. You're talking about, again, 180 missiles. And again, this is not the first time Iran did this. Back in April, they launched over 400 missiles and rockets and drones at the state of Israel. Israel sent a strong message just the other day by taking out Hasten, the head of the Hezbollah terrorist organization, which is an Iranian proxy. And I believe Israel will do the same. I think we will respond with a very, very pinpointed strike targeting the Iranian leadership after this attack against civilians. Let's remember, Israel strikes terrorists, and Iran and their proxies, they strike civilians in Israel and all over the globe.
Josh, just moments ago we talked to Trita Parsi from the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft. He believes that this may be like the Iranian response a few months back, where it literally stops short of all-out war. Is that the situation that you understand on the ground where you are in Israel?
I think we need to look at the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture is that Iran is pursuing nuclear weapons. In the midst of firing ballistic missiles, in the midst of activating their proxies, Hezbollah, who've been firing at Israel ever since October the 8th, the day after October 7th, the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust. Iran has been using these proxies, but that being said, their main goal is to develop nuclear weapons, and that's what they're doing behind the scenes. So we have to remember the bigger picture here. Yes, this could be perceived as only a limited strike here against the state of Israel, not too much damage, but behind the scenes, we have to pay attention to the fact that they want to blow Israel off the face of the earth. Number one, who they refer to as the little Satan. And number two, they're going after the United States as well. The United States is viewed as the biggest Satan. I just saw a ceremonial procession from not too long ago in Iran where they were walking not only on top of the Israeli flag placed on the ground, but they were also walking on top of the American flag. And I think the listeners and your viewers need to understand that it doesn't stop with Israel. It starts with Israel and then spreads to the rest of the world.
Josh, how close are we now to that wider all-out war that the White House has been trying to protect all of the region from, not just Israel, our ally in the region, but also several other U.S. allies in the region?
That's a good question. Now, currently, Israel is being attacked on seven different fronts. We're being attacked by the Houthis. We're being attacked by Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon, Hamas. We're already in the midst of a war, but an all-out war, again, if Israel decides to respond and go after the Iranian leadership, go after the ballistic missiles program of Iran, go after the nuclear threat, that definitely could spark things here in the Middle East. But that being said, it's absolutely necessary. I mean, how many times can we run for the shelters? This is already the second time we've been hit by ballistic missiles. We cannot allow Iran to go nuclear. They cannot have nuclear capabilities. That's an existential threat to the state of Israel. It's an existential threat to the Western world. That cannot allow it to happen. So if it means going all out into war. Israel, by the way, right now targeting Hezbollah very, very strongly in Lebanon. Reports even of perhaps ground troops in Lebanon currently. But that being said, this is our existence here. So whatever it takes, we would love the United States to go alongside with us and our partners and allies from all over the world. But as our Prime Minister has said many, many times before, if Israel has to go at it alone, we will go at it alone. But we will not allow Iran to develop a nuclear weapon.
Josh, final question before I let you go. Next move from Benjamin Netanyahu. Do you think he does begin the ground incursion? He said that he would. And if so, then what happens next in the tit for tat?
So there were reports today that Israel has already been able to penetrate into Hezbollah's arsenal on the ground there, which started months and months ago, only revealed here in the last day or two. So Israel's already at it. We're already in Lebanon, basically. It's not a full-out operation as it has been since October the 7th against Hamas in Gaza, but we're already up there. Reservists, more and more reservists were called into the action over the last 24, 48 hours. So it's definitely headed in that direction. And Hezbollah, ever since, 2006, ignoring UN Security Resolution 1701 at the end of the Second Lebanon War, they've been in violation. And most recently, they've been attacking Israel now with over 9,000 missiles since October the 8th. This was unprovoked. Israel and Lebanon were not in an open conflict at that time, and Israel now must do whatever is necessary to stop on all different fronts, on all 7 fronts. We cannot not allow this to continue. We have 80,000 residents who are not in their homes. Imagine in the United States, if you had 80,000 people, pick any town in the U.S., any city, and they were not in their homes. It's not sustainable. It's not acceptable. And I wouldn't say it's tit for tat. I would say it's crime and punishment. And they've carried out a vicious punishment against, a vicious crime, rather, against us. And they're going to pay for their crimes.
Josh Hasten, Middle East correspondent for the Jewish News Syndicate. Josh, thanks for being with us and stay safe.